Bro, if you value your balls, you're getting out of this room as soon as you can. I think this is more than an idol group. See, a vasectomy is an actual, like, super easy procedure. But could you imagine walking into a doctor's office and this f***ing girl's waiting to snip snip ya? I'm out. I'm Scooby-Doo running. Yikes, Shaggy. Ooh, that's a f***ing earworm though, huh? Bro, you are the crawler. Bag in mouth. You know? What do you do? Oh, he did like a little Spider-Man maneuver. See, what I kind of like about him as a character is it's not like he's getting powered up. He's just naturally learning how to use his abilities in creative ways. Rather than it is a power-up because it's a new way to use his ability in a different application. But it's not like he gained something, right? Yeah, I gotta be real. I don't know who wants to be around the girl who thinks she's a crab. Talking about snip, snip, clips every other day of the week. Take a trip, take a trip. Go. These lyrics gonna give Taylor Swift a run for her money, Jesus. My boy Koichi, the crawler, almost got an unwanted vasectomy this week. It's a wild thing to say at the start of a video. I know. Make sure you drop a like though, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and Patrons where you're going to catch my full live reactions, all as My Hero Academia greatness and more. Also helps fund the channel videos just like these, so consider supporting. Snip, snip, clip. Miss Crab Girl. Working with the feds, right? You know, she's a good one, they say. I don't trust her. The immediate vibe I got from this woman as soon as we walked in and she's kept doing this, I just thought to myself, she's going to cut something she shouldn't. And then when you see the machinery she's rocking, I got very concerned very quickly. In the world of My Hero Academia, there's a lot of abilities, a lot of, like, ideas that I see. I can see how certain abilities would be great for demolition teams. I see how certain abilities would be great for rescue teams. And unfortunately, whatever machinery we got going on here is like a super villain vasectomy waiting to happen. And you may say, Brandon, how do you get this from a My Hero Academia episode? Isn't this show in a lot of ways targeted towards children? Listen, the children gotta learn one way or another that it is okay to get snip, snip, clip, but only if it's on your own will. And right now, my boy Koichi, he's on the road to losing everything, and I get the impression this man wants to be a father someday. Who knows if he'll survive it by the end of this arc. But anyway, we are back with more Vigilantes. It is another 13-episode season, which is great. Has been confirmed. It's listed on the Blu-ray. 2 Blu-ray boxes, 13 episode. Great to see. And to be honest, it just kind of throws you back in, not in a dramatic way, but in a refreshing way. Seeing characters like Fat Gum, seeing characters like Eraserhead just kind of kick ass on general thugs, get some information, kind of build up where we're going to go in the season, of course. But at the end of the day, it is just kind of seeing where Pop Step and Crawler are currently going, because if memory serves, the end of Season 1, Knuckle Duster abandoned us like a father not returning after going to the supermarket. Granted, it was a little more wholesome than that, because he like almost was like passing the torch down, you don't need me anymore, I gotta go spend time with my own family. I get it. He's heavily in the opening and ending, so I assume he gonna come back. If not, that is a amazing misdirect, let's be real. But overall, like, Pop says, little idol career, it's going alright, and you know, our boy's trying to support as best as he can. But I do like the fact that they did kind of bait me a bit, because when she kind of runs off, Miss Crab Girl runs off because she has IBS, or at least that's what she's intending, I'm like, okay, I knew I couldn't trust her, right? She's doing some nefarious things, it's a common enough thing. No, it's seemingly she is a cop, and she's basically trying to find and uncover a conspiracy, right? And I mean, based on the looks of the trailer, which I mean, I'm not really gonna say is a spoiler given that the end of this episode confirms who she's working with, it does seem like she's trying to crack down on some bullshit, and that does have me excited. But overall, was this like anywhere close to being the best episode of Vigilantes? Not really. It's probably in the bottom half out of now the 14 we've seen. But I mean, even the bottom half of the episodes I've seen from Vigilantes are still more enjoyable than a lot of shows. And this is a consistent opinion I've had with My Hero Academia since Season 1. My Hero Academia at its worst is often more enjoyable than most shows at its best. And maybe some people don't agree with that statement, that's fine, that's the beauty of an opinion. But this show in its superhero world has limitless potential, both on narrative structure when it comes to characters we already know, such as an All Might. I really think there is an opportunity to have a story, whether Horikoshi writes it himself or someone else does, showing the rise of All Might from when he started all the way to where the show kind of starts. I think it'd be an interesting story to follow, even if we know the end result. It doesn't stop many series from having prequels, right? I think stuff like that is definitely a large potential. But the thing is this world has so much opportunity with any character. I mean, that's why I love the Crawler story and everything like that. So overall, it just threw us back into this in a very fun way, while also seemingly getting our boy up a little more, power levels, even without necessarily doing a power up. So he misses the train after stopping to get some bento boxes for the two of them, right? Now, I'm thinking to myself, super easy solution. The bags has handles, put that shit in your mouth, Spider-Man, whoo, we've seen him go fast speeds. Instead, he discovers a Spider-Man-like ability, which is actually really cool. So essentially, as I've always described him, and sometimes people have an issue with how I describe his ability, but it makes the most sense, and I think it's the easiest to just kind of associate him as like an air hockey table, the way he like slides. He's both like the puck and the air hockey table all in one, but that's kind of the vibe I've always gotten from it. And it's interesting going from where he was and how the suction it kind of works. So he pretty much has a Spider-Man level web crawling, just done with fans in a lot of ways. And now because of this, we now know he can probably do a lot more creative things. Going from this to this, it makes a lot of sense. And I think what's really cool is that it doesn't come across as a power-up. It's just a natural progression of him knowing how to use his abilities. What they're doing a really great job with him as an MC is he's not randomly powering up. He's someone who wasn't really good with using his ability at the start of the series. He's getting pretty decent at using it, and he's coming up with a lot more creative ways. Like, that's why I'm drawing a blank on his name, but Edith's brother, when he was talking with him, right, he was like, hey, like, let me teach you how to use some of your speed in a different way you didn't associate it with. Because someone who's naturally good with speed-based abilities will know how to turn and stuff like that. To the same degree, an accidental web crawling kind of a situation just naturally has him think of using abilities in ways he normally did. And the practical use of it will be very interesting. I mean, he's already able to do it pretty much on command. Now, granted, is there going to be times when he's going to try to attach to a building and he's probably going to fall? Of course, it's a fresh ability for all things. But it's not like he randomly gained a new power in the middle of an action scene. And honestly, had this been discovered in the middle of a combat scene, it would have also been fine because it would have been very easy to say, oh, I'd never thought of using it like this. So in general, My Hero Academia gets a lot of flack from people who don't actually watch My Hero Academia, or if they do, they kind of watch with like one eye closed and barely reading the subtitles, because it really doesn't feel like things just kind of come from thin air. And even when an episode like this, which is kind of a setup episode, it really just returns us to set in motion this new arc, it's fucking enjoyable. It's thoroughly enjoyable. Like, the thing about this is My Hero Academia is not in a top 10 anime list of all time. Probably maybe in a top 25 for me, just given my enjoyment of it. But it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, you need to think of this as a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. But at the same time, I do think it's unironically one of the most fun shows you can watch whenever it returns, whether that's a movie, whether it's a spin-off series, whether it's the main show, an OVA, it doesn't matter. The show knows how to have fun, and if I can make jokes about your main character getting an unwanted vasectomy, that brings me great joy. You let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think my boys swimmers are going to survive next week? Let me know. Drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here. You know, Patreon for live reactions, all this and more. Like, I also like to give video shout outs to my patrons, because without them, you won't see these videos at all. Alright, so today we got Jat Wit, Oreo, we got another Jack, Alexandra Solman, Narku, King Taz, The Unseen Truth, The King, Taika Williams, M4I, 3X, and we also have Ma N. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.